This episode of Proper English is brought to you by names, again, and the idiom off the top of my head.
Hello, I'm Dave.
Hello, this is Ali.
And due to the popularity of our episode on people's names, we thought we would make an episode about place names.
Now, in all honesty, one episode of Proper English isn't enough to talk about some of the remarkable place names in the UK. But we'll start with a few of our favourites, and then you can let us know if you want to hear about more.
Yeah, I think we should start with sandwich.
Are you hungry?
I didn't say a sandwich. Sandwich, as you well know, is a town in Kent in southeast England, and we lived there for 7 years.
We did. And my grandmother lived there, so I was lucky enough to visit it many times as a child.
The story goes that the food item is named in a roundabout way after the town. The 4th Earl of Sandwich was a keen card player and was reluctant to leave the table to eat, and asked a servant to put some meat between 2 slices of bread so that he could eat it with his hands and carry on playing his card game.
The name amuses everyone, but perhaps even more surprising is that there is a village just a few miles away called Ham.
It's true.
And so you can find road signs in the area that say Ham Sandwich. Anyone who visits the area likes to take a photo of them.
There's nowhere called Bacon very close. And people steal the road sign as well. They do. Where next, Ali?
I love you.
Oh, I love you too. But we really ought to concentrate on the podcast.
I mean, the Isle of You.
Oh, an island off the northwest coast of Scotland. Isle being a version of the word island. Also, notice the pronunciation, because quite a few of our students pronounce the S in Isle and island, like Isle and Iceland. It's a silent consonant. We did a podcast about it last year, didn't we?
We did.
Some place names in the UK are funny because they're rude sounding.
Oh, what was that place called near Sheffield? There are caves there, I think.
Ah, you mean the Devil's Arse in Castleton?
That's it.
Yeah, famous cave in Derbyshire.
It's also called Peak Cavern, isn't it?
Yeah, it was always called Peak Cavern when I was growing up. Supposedly, its original name is because it makes flatulent noises. But when Queen Victoria visited, they changed the name for fear of offending her.
Well, I hope we've not offended any of our students. Did you know there are lots of pants in Wales?
Well, presumably, people wear underwear in Wales just like they do everywhere else.
Yep. Now, an American might not find pants as funny as a Brit, because to us, pants are underwear rather than trousers.
So pants is a place name then. How many are there?
I don't know the exact number, but several dozen. Pant means hollow or valley.
Ah, okay. So rather like bottom in England. Quite apt when you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
There's galloping bottom in Somerset, flash bottom in Staffordshire, and scratchy bottom in Dorset.
Oh, nasty.
That's another one.
What?
Nasty. It's a little village in Hertfordshire.
And is it nasty?
No, apparently it's rather nice.
It presumably comes from Old English then.
Yeah. According to Wikipedia, it's from an Anglo-Saxon phrase meaning eastern hedged enclosure. Not very funny, really.
Not really. Last week I was talking to my lovely student Galina in Russia.
Hello, Galina.
Hi, Galina. We were talking about brand names and I blew her mind when I told her that we use Hoover.
Which is a famous brand name for vacuum cleaners.
It is. And we use Hoover as a verb.
We might even refer to our vacuum cleaner as the Hoover, even if it's made by another manufacturer.
Yep. People have done that for years and then took it a step further by verbifying the word.
Oh, verbifying, I like that. When you've finished watching the news, I'm going to do the hoovering.
I don't enjoy ironing, but I quite like hoovering.
And, of course, there's Googling.
I know, and I felt a bit foolish afterwards, Dave, but that one didn't even occur to me in the lesson. And yet I Google every day.
Yeah, well, we both do.
We do. Everyone does.
Yeah.
Then there's friend. You can friend or unfriend someone on Facebook.
Ah, but that's a little bit different, isn't it? Because that's not like a trademark name.
It isn't. No, you're right.
Yeah.
But it's a noun that's been verbified.
All right, okay, yeah, I'll buy that. And then there are other ones as well, like jet ski and hula hoop and getting an Uber and Skype. We Skype every day, don't we? They all get used as verbs.
And best of all, Galena invented a new one.
Clever.
She asked if she could say she was boshing up instead of washing up.
Ah, Bosch being a brand name for German dishwashers, isn't it? Very good.
Well, I've never heard it before, but I think from now on, the English language has a new verb.
Yeah, are you going to do a spot of boshing up after this podcast?
I might do, Dave, I might.
Awesome. And now it's time for Idiom of the Week.
Idiom of the Week?
D.I. Davidson and Sergeant Roberts were having a coffee in the car, waiting for a suspect to come out of the pub.
If he doesn't appear soon, we might have to leave it until tomorrow, Roberts.
Yes, ma'am.
What are the other places he's been spotted in?
Hold on, I'll just put me coffee down so I can get me notebook.
No need, Roberts, just off the top of your head.
Oh, okay. Well, off the top of my head, he was thrown out of the Red Lion last week. He started a fight in the Georgian Dragon the week before, and he was spotted trying to sell fake handbags in the Winchester on Monday.
Very good, Roberts. We'll try those next.
It's a funny expression, that, isn't it? It's like your head's full of stuff, like in a pile, and you just say the first things on that pile.
Yes, you don't think too deeply about it. In your case, you said the first things you remembered. One could also use it if one was making a rough estimate rather than a careful calculation.
I wonder why we say it.
Well, it is actually an American expression that's been in use since the middle of last century, but lots of British speakers use it, like us.
Oh, aren't we cosmopolitan, Mum?
Yes, Roberts. Yes, we are.
And here we are at the end of another episode of Proper English.
As always, we hope you've had fun listening in on our conversation.
And whether you're a new listener or a regular subscriber, why not get in touch with us? You can email us at properenglish,
All one word,
at sapo.pt, or you can ask us questions on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook if you have them in your country.
And don't forget to tell everyone you know about us. Friends, family, anyone who's studying or learning English.
And make sure you like this episode and leave us a nice review and subscribe to us on your favourite podcast app.
So until next time, it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me too. And thank you for listening to Proper English. Ah, so Pants is a place name then? Mm-hmm. How many are there?
I don't...
A pair.
Stick to the script.